work with what you have. This is why I'm always showing people that I don't like depositing a huge amount, because I feel like if I'm your mentor, why should I deposit 10,000? Knowing the people that I'm mentoring would deposit 1K, 500. Let me rather deposit that and show you
That
what you
it's
can do with that
possible
money.
with that.
So I'm always growing small accounts. I'm flipping accounts.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget also to turn on that notification bell in order to be notified whenever I drop a new video. So as I said that I'll be bringing more females into my channel, I have another female again that is dedicated and such a hard-working female that you'll definitely like. So before I even introduce her or before I even tell you who she is, let me just give a shout out to Octa and say thank you, Octa, for making this possible for us, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. Octa is a broker that is regulated and mostly trusted in South Africa 2024. Octa offers fast deposits and withdrawals with various payment methods. Not to forget their transparent trading conditions. Low spreads, zero swaps, no commissions, and also with decreased deposits starting from as little as $25, also with various payment methods. And did you know that it is possible to learn Forex from scratch without even taking out a cent? And that only happens through Octa. Octa cares about its traders. That's why Octa provides lots of free materials for traders who want to learn how to trade. Octa has study materials made by Octa experts, Forex tutorials, webinars, trading ideas, and much more. You can check it out in the analysis and education section. Octa also offers risk-free demo account for beginners to find their own strategy before even going live trading. Start trading now. Register on the Octa app using the link in my description below, and make sure to use my promo code at GoTyrant in order to get 100% deposit bonus. And guys, I just want to tell you that I came up with something just to be generous to you guys. If you want to join my free signals group, just make sure to use the link in my description below to fund with a minimum of $50 or 1,000 Rand, and then send me proof. After that, you will be added like that. In us adding you in the group, we'll be trying to grow $50 to a certain amount. A lot of details will be discussed on the group. It wouldn't just end there by just you trading, but there are prizes to be won. Everything shall be discussed on the group. Let us get into it. Without any further ado, let us welcome Michelle Khoza. Hey girl, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I wonder where she has been hiding. I've been looking for females, and the minute I went through her social media, I was just like, hey, this side I'm feeling pressure. I'm feeling pressure big time. Yo, she works, this girl. Ew, she works. I don't want to lie. But let me just not disturb her, but let me give her the opportunity to tell us about herself. Who are you?
My name is Michelle Khoza. I am a female Forex trader that's been trading for 7 years now.
7 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm the founder and CEO of Trade with Mich Ann. Yes. I'm a girl from Joburg.
Okay, so if she has been trading for 7 years, I'm just curious, how old are you at this current moment? I know a girl never tells
a girl never
her
tells
age.
her age. I'm 26 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm 26
Guessing
years old.
she's too fresh, because on my side, I thought she was around 21, 22. I thought she was around 21, 22, but she's 26 years old, and she has been trading for 7 years, and the work, it shows. Now I can relax and say, okay, she has been trading for 7 years. She has to be making it, you know? So, all right. So, you're saying you have been trading for 7 years.
Yes.
So tell us or take us through on how did it start? How did you hear about Forex? What was that moment whereby you ended up hearing about Forex and wanting to learn more about Forex?
So, right after high school, I went and did a learnership program in hospitality. I always advise people to do learnerships if you're not sure about a career field, so that you can just have a preview,
Definitely.
So I did that. I was happy there, but I wanted to make extra income, So I spent my time going on YouTube, checking how can I make money online,
Okay,
because I
so
heard
you're part
somebody
of the
was,
people.
yes, because there was a friend of mine at work who said they make money through watching ads, they get paid in dollars and stuff. So I was like, I also want to get, a side hustle. And I came across a platform called Aki Options, and I tried to trade with that, but I mean, it's not like MetaTrader 5. And that time, Forex was still sort of new. So some banks didn't really, like for instance, I was using Copytech that time. So it was hard for me to deposit money and stuff like that. So then I just, followed people. I'm on YouTube, but then I felt like the information isn't enough. And then I noticed that people are now using MetaTrader 4. And I just see graphs and I'm like, what is this? This is totally different from IQ options, right? So then I start asking around because there's a guy who's from my hometown who's a Forex trader. So now I follow this guy and I'm like, oh, okay. I see he follows other guys. I follow all these people. And then I moved to Pretoria. And that's where
That's
all the
where
traders
traders are
are.
at, definitely.
So you would just see traders spin cars, and then I'm like, I want to be like that. Also, I want to do this thing. So I started learning here and there, but obviously, when you get information on YouTube, everybody's trying to sell something. So I'm just going to tell you that, hey, this is a beautiful shirt, but at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you if you want to purchase this shirt, it's 20 rands or whatever.
Okay.
So their courses were really expensive. Bearing in mind that I'm still a trainee, I'm still a student. So I couldn't purchase their courses, and I had to now follow everyone and check who looks reliable, who can I trust, because I also got scammed a couple of times. but
Definitely.
yeah.
So, in you speaking about checking who was reliable and all of those stuff, how did you go about checking such? Like, what were you considering in order for you to say, okay, this person is reliable?
So I would drop a DM. Let's say I drop you a DM. Let's turn the code. Hi, ma'am. I hope you're good. I'd like to learn about Forex. I saw that you have a package. If, let's say, for instance, you take a week or 2 weeks to respond, chances are after paying, you might disappear. So that's how I did it. And yeah, there were people who were prompt in terms of responding, but as soon as I make payment, they're gone.
Definitely.
And I'm a nobody that time. I mean,
Nice.
I'll just keep sending messages. Hello, are you scamming me?
Because I definitely know it. When you are a nobody, it's easy for people to manipulate you or take advantage
Yes.
of you. Just like I almost mentioned brokers, but I'm not going to mention any broker. But it's easy to manipulate people that are just traders, not big, because they know it's when you're a nobody, you have
Exactly.
no one to speak on your behalf. Even if you post us, it wouldn't have much impact.
True.
So when it comes to that, in continuation to that, sorry, you said you learned the courses were expensive. Where did you learn how to trade this?
So I had a clue. I followed this other guy on of YouTube, and I actually checked earlier this year, and I'm like, oh my goodness! I was checking my subscriptions because there's somebody I was looking for, the channels that I subscribe to, and I'm like, I registered. I subscribed to this channel at the beginning of my Forex journey. I just didn't have money to purchase the course, so I moved around in the industry checking who can I. So I had to sacrifice because now I was studying. I was in Pretoria. I was studying full time now. Remember, I did
You were
the
done with the
learnership.
learnership.
Yeah, I did the learnership, and then I also did the internship, and then I decided to go to school. Because I felt like we're getting limited information, and I had to now take a risk because people believe Forex is a scam. I first got introduced to Bitcoin, but it seemed like a pyramid scheme. I was staying in Soweto, and they said, you bring 4 people, and I was like, no.
That's not for you.
So I was like, no, I'm definitely staying away from Bitcoin. Let me try this Forex thing. And then I found a lady, and I could see that she's always posting profits and stuff like that. She's consistent. And I was like, let me trust a lady. Let me go to a woman.
Why do you trust a woman more than a male?
The man.
Women in nowadays, they're now no more scared to risk it or even scam people. They're just like males.
But out of 10, there's a
Okay,
0.01
comparing with male.
compared to men.
Yeah.
Exactly, because women have conscious men. Like, you'll be like, why did I
Emotional
scam Taryn? Maybe,
bangs.
Taryn has kids,
Yeah,
I can't.
definitely.
So I then got this lady and I purchased her lifetime mentorship, because I mean, I'm old school. I can't do these online stuff. I want to sit down with you and you show me that, okay, this is a doji, reversal, what, yeah. So I wanted to have a one-on-one with the person so I can ask questions because remember, on the YouTube videos, you drop a question, the guy's only gonna answer you after 2 months. There's like 50 other comments. He won't reply on time. So I needed someone to talk to, somebody I have access to. And I sacrificed. I was getting, I think, a 3K allowance every month from my uncle. I had to pay for my rent. I was sharing an apartment with my friend. Um, and I had to buy groceries and also have transport money to go to school because I went to a private institution, so I don't have an NSFAS. I don't know what an NSFAS is. So I had to risk, and I was like, you know what? For this month, I'll eat noodles.
Eish.
Because now I was busy buying signals, but these guys, you might have somebody in your signal group, you send a signal, they copy it and they send it to other
Yes,
people.
definitely. That's how they
So
sell
I
signals.
picked that up a lot because I was on all these free Telegram Forex groups. So I'm like, but Mangman the goat sent a buy, and then when you are sending a buy, and it's copy and paste. So I then decided to just take the risk and give and pay and purchase this lady's course, and at least talk to her and find out. When you're with the person, that's when you'll know that is this thing really for me or not. I took that risk, and yeah, the rest is history.
No risked.
Yes, and I did move around from mentor to mentor at some point because um, the lady who taught me, she wasn't really consistent. Like women, we have our issues. Some this week I'm available, that week I'm not available, and I was eager to learn. So there was a time when I switched in between mentors. Yeah.
All right. So as you are speaking about that, you found yourself in a situation that you're seeing someone selling signals, and then while you are on a free group, you saw that that signal was sent on a free group. You are making me think that it's why we think like some people are traders, only to find that they can't trade.
Yes.
They can't trade.
Yes.
The Forex language is not there, but they still share signals, more than like 50 signals per day. But they still can't trade.
There are
So
people
that's
who can't trade.
why. Okay, now it makes sense. It actually makes sense. So how long did it take you to learn? Your learning curve, your learning journey.
It took me a while because there was a time I blew a lot of money and I decided to take a break from Forex. I was
What was
20,
making you blow?
this thing of being greedy, man. So I was trading Deriv and I was making money from there. I was always depositing $10 and so forth. And then there was a time I withdrew. I had a big withdrawal. And then I deposited money, go our first broker that made a lot of people,
Okay.
our broker with the
Yeah.
red stuff.
Yeah. Bonuses.
Yes.
Okay.
And I funded my account there. I traded NASDAQ. I used to be so good with NASDAQ. Oh my goodness. And because that time I noticed that NASDAQ and GBP USD move like it's bullish
yes,
markets,
yes.
So I was really, really good with GBP USD and I fell in love with NASDAQ because it pays,
Definitely.
And
but the risk also.
yeah, the risk is hectic. So one day I'm like, okay, I bought and then one candlestick in, I'm on 900 profits. I was like, okay, I need to set a target now. So I started with 2K a day. And sometimes it would be 2.3, 2.5. And then after that, 5K a day. And just like that, the account started on, I think it was 5,000, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I just wanted to see how far can I go with the account. Grew the account. I saw 20K, 22,
You were just like,
30.
100.
I'm like, 100. I get to go 45. I'm like, 45. I'm close to 50. And so forth, so forth. And guess what? That's when COVID happened now. Remember, we just
Everything.
woke up one day, the market took a dip. Shoop,
Ne?
money gone.
Yo, that's how a lot of people lose their money.
83,000 rands gone. That time I'm 21. I think that's when the COVID days started coming in and they were telling us you need to do things online, what. So I was at home and stuff. I was crying. I can literally say I cried for 40 days and 40 nights.
I wouldn't blame you
Yeah,
after seeing
and
that much
you know,
of money.
my family, I didn't want to tell my mom and my dad. Yo, those people are very strict. Hey?
Did they understand Forex though by those times?
Yeah, they sort of had a clue because I would trade at home and give them money, you know. I would just lock myself in my room. When I'm done around 4, I'd be like, oh, mommy, I made 700 rands today. I'll give you some money tomorrow, you know.
Okay,
I used-
obviously, once they see you giving them money, that's when they
Yeah.
trust everything.
So I couldn't tell them, like, you know, and at least that time I was going through a breakup. So it seemed like it's a heartbreak, but deep down, I
You know
lost
the
money.
real heartbreak.
And that time I was like, yo, it's COVID now. I lost this money. I could have utilized this money to pay off my student loan. Because I think in my mind, I had this thing of I wanted to go to the bank and get 100K cash and just come home and be like, bah, Forex is not a scam, you know? But yeah, man, we live and we learn.
So, in that being said, just to ask a question that is a bit out, which one would you say is much heartbreak for between Forex and boyfriend relationship? Which one is heartbreaking more?
Forex.
because they usually say that if you're dating a woman that is a Forex trader, you can never break their hearts.
You can never, you know?
Nah.
It just reminded me of something. So when I opened my office this year, I was working with guys, right? 3 guys. There was 4 of us in the office. And I was teaching them Forex, you know, and they're like, we want to work with you. So I was like, okay, let me open an office and then you guys can, like, you know, I can employ you guys and stuff. You know, I'd blow money now and fund. They would cry. You know, guys like, ish, Michelle, I blew 4K. They're like, this woman is a beast. They're like, your heart is made out of steel.
Nah.
Because I would, let's say the trade goes, I'd know why I blew, right? So I'd be like, okay, I know my mistake. Fund again. Khoyom, you know? So they were like, we wonder, the guy who's going to date you, he
Will
needs
be in
to be a really
trouble.
strong person because
Definitely.
you're
And
not
I don't think
easily broken by
someone that
anything.
is not a trader will survive with you.
No, that's true. Hey, like, I don't think they would.
Yeah.
Maybe a person who's busy with tenders and
Yes,
stuff because
yes.
they understand the stress. You
Yes.
know, losing money is something else and a lot of money.
I usually say that on my side, I don't understand a male, even worse, a male that is not trading Forex. Like, to me, if you're a male and you're not trading Forex, you're giving me stress. You are stressing me. Like, at a point that I'm asking myself questions. Why aren't you trading? At least if you have businesses and all of those stuff, that for sure I understand it. But why aren't you trading? I'm trading as a female, and why aren't you?
And you feel like that because you know that you can make a lot of money in a day.
Definitely.
You know that you can wake up 9 a.m., 10 a.m. You probably have 2K floating profits, you know, and this person is just there like, and I
Yeah.
guess this is why a lot of female traders say the same thing, actually.
I
A lot of
honestly
female
don't
traders say the same
understand.
thing. I also don't understand, honestly. I like a very busy man. A man must be busy. Even if you're not doing Forex.
Hey, yes, what guys?
Even if you're not doing Forex.
Do
but
something.
do something. Just be busy. I don't mind not seeing you for like 2 weeks. As long
Just
as you're
making
out making
money.
money.
Yes.
Because I know that when I'm in my trading zone, I'd be like, okay,
You
you
don't
know,
want
the last week
stress.
of the month, you have bills to pay. I'm trading. I don't want to hear anything. I'll watch my episodes or whatever next week. I'm just in. So I want a person who would understand that I am now in my work mode and it's not a thing of, is you're doing too much or, you know, yeah.
And definitely they wouldn't understand if they're not trading. It's why I'm saying that you definitely need a trader or someone that is a
Who's
business
just
person who
busy.
understand that, okay, she's busy, not because she's avoiding me or anything. She's just busy.
True.
Do you still remember the first account you funded?
The first account I funded was 300 rands.
How did it go?
I didn't know what I was doing. So when I see a buy candle, I'd buy. And when it closes, I sell. I used to make money, you know. I have a good friend of mine, and we always like laugh when we think about those days. We just said, so I knew that 330 is a big thing, you know. And I remember there was a time when it was like a big thing. You
It
had
was a
people
big
calling
thing.
themselves King 330, Queen King, you know. So yeah. So my lectures, my classes used to finish around 2, and I was like staying 15 minutes away from campus. So I'd rush home, sit down with my friend, remetse 3:30. How I wanted the bike candle.
And it was once a big thing, you know.
It was once a big thing. And I'd make 900, 1,000. I'm telling you, I didn't know what I was doing until it came to a point where I started losing a lot of money because now you buy and there's a sell candle and, all those retests. We didn't know those things.
Definitely.
And that's when I was like, no, I need to learn this thing. I can't just guess. So my first account, I used to fund 300 rands. Back in the day, you'd trade NASDAQ with 300 rands on a normal standard account with your leverage 1:500.
You're good to go.
And you wouldn't even get that zwang, not enough money.
Yeah. Now it's worse in the industry. No,
now it's worse.
It's totally worse.
And I feel like it's worse now because we have a lot of traders. People learned how to trade during COVID. Now we have a lot of traders.
Definitely.
So sometimes whenever we have news events, even if your account, there was a time I was trading with one of the local brokers. My account was on 6K. Kere ke bula buy ya NASDAQ, zwang. I'm like,
not enough money.
and I'm like, they now know that everybody knows how to trade. It's going to be a problem paying everyone. So.
And they manipulate.
They manipulate.
They manipulate, definitely. So as you now know how to trade, what thing would you say you struggled the most with when it comes to trading?
I struggled a lot with discipline. Sticking to your targets and this whole over trading thing, So that's what I struggled with a lot because I reached my target. I got my 2K for the day. I hit my
Still
TP.
want more.
That thing is still pushing. And
I still want
once
more.
it does this, it's still going. And I want to enter, because I feel like I can only form or like,
Fear of missing out.
Exactly. And now I would now enter again and just like that, I lose my account because I had FOMO.
And then how did you deal with that?
I just decided to block out the noise because I think the other thing that contributed towards that was I was following a lot of people. And when you open Instagram back in the day, everybody is posting on their feed before stories, and everybody was posting on their feed. Oh yeah, 330 killed. You have somebody who made 30,000. That time I only made 300. And you can check the time. You're like, this person is still holding, and then you're like, no, let me quickly go in. I used to check people's entry prices, and I'd be like, no, this person is still holding.
It's near my entry.
It's near my. Let me just go in. But little did I know, sometimes when you post after you've closed your profits.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's what I was struggling with, and also greediness. So I just decided to cut out the noise and stick to my analysis. Because sometimes I'd see, let's say, GBP USD is buying. But remember, I'm in the free groups. And then somebody would say, sell GBP USD. And now I would close my buys and sell because now there's this
And
big
then it
guy
goes
there.
to your buy.
And then,
I know that because I can say I also struggled with that a lot. Like looking up to people that are bigger than me. Obviously, I'll think everything they say is right compared to
they
mine.
know better.
They'll say, I'm seeing a buy. While I'm seeing a sell, I'll change my sell to a buy. Only to find that, I'll go down.
And sometimes they don't even update people that, hey guys, we took a loss. They just go quiet.
Definitely. How do you come back and say we took a loss?
And that's when I was like, I think I must just focus on one strategy and have my target and just be disciplined. If I want 2K today and I get my 2K, I'm leaving the market. If I want 20K today and I get 21K, it's a bonus. I withdraw the 1,000 and buy myself McDonald's. I leave it like that. I move. I'll watch something,
And as you're speaking about that, you'd see people making thousands while you were making 300. I'd advise a lot of people, or I'd say to a lot of people, it's better to make that 300 rather than seeing other people making thousands, 50,000, because this industry is dirty.
Yeah.
This week I confirmed that this industry is dirty. The people that you can trust posting Boma 50,000. Hey, what I saw this week can never be unseen.
Hey.
I don't want to lie. What I saw this week can never be unseen. In a point that I just thought to myself that, if I wasn't making money in the Forex industry, or if I wasn't making money in the market, I can say, I wouldn't believe that Forex is real. Why? Because the mentors I look up to, if they're able to scam and get caught that they're trading demos, who am I?
Demos
So it's
and
why
editing and...
You see, So a lot is happening in this industry. So be grateful for that 300 that you are closing. Don't wish for other people's life, because sometimes you never know if what they preach is real.
True. I was actually telling a student of mine yesterday on the Zoom call. We had a Zoom lesson, and she was telling me that she's doing real estate, right? So I told her that don't leave your work first, right?
Definitely.
Try to see if you're consistent in Forex, because sometimes just because you made 6K today, you're like, I made my salary, I quit.
Definitely,
You
they
go,
do it in
yeah.
the first month.
The first month, because you're like, I made my salary on a Tuesday. I quit. No, Forex is the way. Only to not knowing that we have good days and bad days.
Definitely.
So I was telling her that before I went full time, I was working, and I would trade. I was like a corporate hand, and I would trade. So every time I see my boss come, I'll just minimize my screen and open my emails. But I'm telling you, to the point where they started investigating me at work because they thought I'm getting a higher salary than other people, because I was always ordering clothes. Shin, kingwanyana wa di-Uber. It's mid-month, it's Mampara week.
Eish,
Uber,
people
I'm buying.
are struggling
You know,
when
court
you are
order is
happy.
coming. So I was telling her that you can just have a small daily target, even if it's 500. It's 2.5 by the end of the week. 2.5
5 per month.
It's like
times 4
it's a
weeks.
lot of
It's a lot.
of money. I mean, 2.5 ki full 10K. You can buy grocery with that money. You
Definitely.
can have your maintenance day as a hand. So I was telling her that don't feel pressure. Work with what you have. This is why I'm always showing people that I don't like depositing a huge amount, because I feel like if I'm your mentor, why should I deposit 10,000? Knowing the people that I'm mentoring would deposit 1K 500. Let me rather deposit that and show you
That
what you
it's
can do with that
possible
money.
with that.
So I'm always growing small accounts. I'm flipping accounts, because I want to show them that you don't need to have 10K. Because there was someone who said they get in their, I don't know,
Bonus
Baba
or
do
something.
two-pot, what? Yeah.
Oh, what is 2-pot, Vel?
You know what? I don't even want to go there.
What's that?
So it's you're getting your is it pension fund? Something like that. I don't know.
I don't
I
know
don't know. I'm
anything
not
about
really. I'm still reading about it and learning about it. But
Okay.
apparently they give you 30K only, so it's fixed, and that 30K is taxable. So they're gonna take tax from that 30K. So it's still a loss. It's. I wouldn't recommend.
Where is it from?
It's something that just got introduced like last month.
Okay.
And they
let's
said
go.
they're gonna start this month on the 1st, the 31st of August, somewhere.
Aye, let's go back
So,
to
yeah,
Forex.
yeah.
Let's go back to
So
Forex.
so there was a person telling me that in my DMs, I'm gonna withdraw from my two-pot what as I've been speaking to Old Mutual, because apparently there's Old Mutual, Labor Beat Fest and whatnot. Nah, I don't know much about those things, but
you lost
guys,
also.
I'm all, like, I don't wanna lie. I don't wanna lie.
Okay.
So he was like, can I take 10K and fund? How much will I make 100K in a week?
Yo,
I'm like,
I hate that question.
I'm like, you know what? If you have 10K to spend, let's take 1K, spend 1K a day. Let's see how far we can take the 1K. So Monday, deposit 1K. Let's see how far we can take it. Whatever profits you make, withdraw the profits and leave the initial amount. Don't hoy your 10K in there. The days in the market where we also don't know what's happening.
At least you even answering in that way. On my side, I just hate that question. If I put 500 rand, how much will I make? God, how can I answer
It's
that
not
question?
aviator, this
How
thing.
can I answer that question? In how many days? Yo,
This
even
thing,
worse.
This thing is not aviator. So I always say to people, don't use money that's meant for important things. If you're a dude and you know that you go out with the gents, rather use the money we're going to buy the Hennessy with, because you were going to chow it anyway, Just deposit that money. Let's see how far you can grow it, So I always say, just start with the little that you have. If you know the skill, you can trade any account. You can trade a 200 rands account. You can trade a 5,000 rands account. You just need to know
The skill is what is important.
exactly. That's what's important. This thing, just because Tyrant the Goat posted 100K today, What if Taranda is trading a test account?
Hey guys,
What
I've
if
never
Michelle is
posted
trading a demo?
100K. Don't come for me.
No,
Don't come
I'm
for
just
me.
making an example that
You know,
just
other
because
people don't take examples as examples. You want them to come
oh,
after me. Yeah. I've
but
never,
like
guys. Yeah.
because not all that glitters is gold. People do
Definitely.
things, and you might, like you were saying, there's a lot of demos and test accounts, and only when you sit with the people and you're like,
Meet
guys,
the
let's trade,
people.
meet the people,
Let's see your meta
and
trader.
you be like, guys,
Yeah.
we are buying back, hey, we are selling, okay, and then they blow, and then like, and I'm like, it's not make sure.
Ish.
It's not
There's a
make
lot
sure.
that is going
You
on.
can't blow 500K now and you're breathing,
Still
you're
normal.
fine, and you're normal.
Still normal.
Oh, please, no. Help. Oh,
Imagine.
my goodness.
Imagine.
I still, oh, no.
I don't want to like this industry has been turned into something that is not supposed to be even like this. There's a lot of lies. I don't understand. How do you get to even a point that you live a lie until it's something that you even believe that it's real?
I think it's packaging, eh?
And also, we are full of influencers in this industry rather than traders.
There's Forex traders and influencers.
You'll see people posting profits and all of those stuff only to find that they bought on demo, they sold on another demo, only to prove to you that there's blues.
You know, there are people who...
But the language, yo, guys, you see, if we can speak about a lot of people saying, Forex is not there. You can hear Forex in the tongue.
Exactly.
This is a Forex trader.
Yeah, you cannot be sitting here with someone, a Forex trader, but when you try to talk about certain things, you see them dodging. I remember there's one person, I was like, have you noticed what happens at this certain hour in the morning? Happens at 3:30. They're like, no, you guys know, Forex is just easy. You just click buy and you click sell. And I'm like, huh? And I'm just sharing something I noticed because I believe when you spend time in the charts, you pick up something, you might see something that I don't see,
Definitely.
And you see this thing is happening every single day. This is why now you call it a strategy, and then there's another strategy. So you pick up certain things and you know how to execute, maybe catch that London session candle on time. I might not see that. I might be the one catching the New York session candle. So, I was just sharing knowledge and this person just burst my bubble. I was like, okay.
It's what I usually say, that as mentors, we can teach as much as we want, but something that you discover by yourself is the one that usually works for you.
True. I always tell my students that there was another student of mine in Namibia, right? And she'd be like, mentor, I noticed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, okay, stick to that.
Because
see.
Sometimes if it works for them, it might not work for you.
I'm like, stick to that. That's probably something that works for you, right? I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, but try and practice it and backtest and all these things and see if it's something you can use, and it worked for her.
You see?
Just like that. So I always advise people to just cut the noise, man. If you see something, stick to that thing, practice until you get it. If you see that it's not working, then only you clean everything out of your mind and then hop on to the next thing. Don't take this knowledge and try to incorporate it with someone else's strategy.
It's just like a question I got this morning. A student was like, I follow my trading plan, I follow my strategy, everything perfectly, but it's always go on the wrong direction. And then I was just like, if you are following everything, as you are saying you're following everything, your trading plan and all of those stuff, it means the problem is your strategy. And then they were just like, which strategy can you recommend? How, guys? How can I... Yo, people kill me. I don't want to lie. And it's even better because I'm someone that is always laughing. So I laugh things out. I was just like, I didn't know how to answer that question. If they were to ask you, like, what strategy can you recommend people? What strategy can you recommend people? Because I can't say I'm recommending my strategy. You don't know my strategy.
Exactly. I need to teach you my strategy.
In order for me to recommend it. All right, so getting in deeper when it comes to the trading side, can you take us through your trading plan? Like whenever in a day, you're about to execute a trade, how do you start when it comes to analyzing from scratch, what you look for, and all of those stuff?
What I normally do is I analyze over the weekend because I used to be a swing trader. This whole scalping thing is new to me.
It's not for you.
Yeah, it's still new. I used to be a swing trader, so I'd hold a trade from Monday until Friday, right? Because we definitely go into that price, So I analyze on weekends, And then I wait for, I don't like trading the first hour of a session, right? I don't like it because the market is getting its way and stuff, you know? So then I would then, let's say for instance, this week I'm looking at gold, US 30, NASDAQ. All those three are bullish. If not, then I probably have 2 bullish and 2 bearish. So I probably look at gold and NASDAQ, and then I look at USD CAD and USD JPY, for instance, you know? And whichever one is going to go my way first, I'll just
Follow it.
focus on that, you know? So I always, even my students, I tell them always analyze 3 or 4 because the other pair might just move slower than the rest. So something that was supposed to happen within 2 days might take 5 days. You might be in a ranging market for the entire week, you know, because things happen in the world. So I analyze and then I have a trading plan. I have my daily target, but I won't mention what's my daily target.
We have to know. Okay, play around figures. Don't be exact.
You want people to kill me?
Don't be exact.
One day,
Lie to us,
I'm
hey.
going to buy milk. And people are like,
Lie
you said
to
you make
us.
100K.
Okay.
So I have 3 accounts. I have a swinging account and I have a risk account. The one that I can go full my gain, you know?
Full my gain.
Full my gain. And then I have one that's strictly for indices, right? So what I do every week, I put aside like 2K, right? And I fund this one 500, the other one 1,000, the other one 500. And I just leave the other 500 hanging in case I need to maybe top up, you know, to grow my equity because, you know, sometimes the retracements are really hectic. So now, this is what I always say, just because Michelle opened 10 positions on a 500 rands account, don't think you can do it. No, that's my risking account. I know that that's an account I play with because I'm easily bored. I get bored
Definitely.
easily. So if I'm holding a swing account, I mean, I know
You
it's
won't be
definitely
doing
going there.
anything.
And I want to leave it because I have a plan for it. I'm waiting for it to get to a certain price to add. I might have to add positions after 2 days, you know. So what am I going to be doing within those 2 days?
Nothing.
Rather, I'll trade my other account. So I know that, okay, my 500 account, the target for this account is 6K, 7K. I make that, I withdraw. This is why there's a broker that blocked me, by the way. Because I was doing that like on a daily basis. Like I was doing that on a daily basis because now they can see that this lady has 4 accounts, but this one every day, put mama 10,000 like every day, and she starts the account with like 500. You know, so I have 3 accounts, and that's how I plan my week. So there's one account where I withdraw weekly, the other one I withdraw daily, and then the other one is monthly. So like you create your own system in a way.
Yes, that works for you.
Because now we're not working for anyone and we have bills to pay, and you know our banks. You need to have a consistent income coming in, well, fixed in a way. At least if you know that every month on the 10th you're giving yourself 15K or maybe you're giving yourself 22K. Stick to that so that whenever you want to purchase something, it's easier for them.
Easier,
you know,
your
and you
credit
can withdraw
score
your
is
other
high.
10Ks, 15Ks, 20Ks a day. But you know, there's that amount again every month, you know. So that's how I go about my week.
Okay, so that's how she goes about her week, but she hasn't explained on how she trades. Like, I want you. She's running away from something. She doesn't want to give us her strategy, guys.
I won't
but
give you
we're
my
going
strategy.
to dig in there. So we want you to tell us or take us through like when you're analyzing from daily time frame. This is what you check for 4
giving
hour,
away my
1 hour, and then when
The
you
only
execution.
thing I can tell you guys is I use the London session to grow equity because I feel like it's the safest session in terms of stop loss hunts and all these things, right?
Which session?
London session.
London session.
Right. So I use that for growing accounts. So let's say I start the day off with the 500 rands account. I will then trade from like 10 a.m. until 12, right? Because from 12, sometimes we have that consolidation,
Yes.
right? So I will then trade to grow the equity so that I'm ready for New York session. Because you'll never know. Sometimes we're buying and then there's just a big spike. You know, I trade with 2 brokers because the other broker doesn't have a ZAR account, right? And most of my clients use ZAR accounts. So at least I need to know if I'm giving you a signal, I need to know how much we're on, you know. Okay, everybody that's using broker X, we currently on 150 profits. So I'm that mentor that wants to know should I give them a TP here? Will this be enough for them? So I don't just close because now I made 30K. What if somebody made $3?
That's their risk.
No, but like
But I understand.
Yes, I try to make sure that everybody's happy at the end of the day. This is why I would then, for my ZAR people, I recommend a broker. And then for my USD people, I recommend a broker. And I place trades on both. So I'll know that, okay, this side we currently on $100. This side we go 1.2, So it's, even if we close now, because I can see that something is about to happen here, I can just say, guys, let's just close profits. I know that at least we have above 1K each. Maybe I had 4 positions. Even if you had 1K is still a lot of money, So I use the London session to grow equity and get ready for the New York session. And then I trade the New York session. And then after that,
how do you analyze?
I analyze on the weekend. I can't tell you my strategy.
Hey, Bana, guys, there's $8 trillion being distributed in the market each and every day.
I do a top-down analysis, which is now analyzing from your bigger time frames all the way to your smaller time frames. And you mark out your zones. And the market repeats itself. If we once turned at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to turn there again. And there's something now in the market. We have your indices move in. And now get learned the cheat code. In numbers, right?
What's the problem with that? Why are you being greedy, guys? She's being greedy. Like, there's $8 trillion that is distributed each and every market, each and every day in the market. She doesn't finish the $8 trillion.
Yes, I don't finish it,
so,
but no.
Why don't you want other people to make money? And it's not like you're showing it on the charts.
Somebody will be playing this video, pausing. Oh, she said it
no,
turned at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. I'm joking. So, that's how I do it. So I analyze on the bigger time frames. I believe you need to get a clear picture and you get in the bigger time frames. This is why I say I'm used to trading as a swing trader. So I'll definitely know, even if I'm scalping NASDAQ or US 30, it's eventually going to end up there by the end of the week, I will just buy here and there, but it will definitely end up there. So sometimes I can hold, just like have one position and just hold throughout. And sometimes I keep on adding in between because your currency pairs and your indices aren't really the same. You can make a lot of money from a NASDAQ retracement than you would out of a currency pair retracement.
Definitely.
Yes. So yeah, just.
You see, guys, she's just quiet, She's speaking, but she's quiet. Like, okay, you spoke about on your daily that you look for your overall bias, and then how do you go about executions? What are your confirmations?
We have confirmation candles, confirmation patterns. I don't trade market structure. I strictly stick to your supply and demand zones. That's how I trade. I have a clean chart. I don't use instruments. I don't use moving average, RSI, McDonald's, whatever. I don't use those things. I don't use the Fibonacci. I have a clean chart.
What do you use?
I strictly use price action. And I mark out my zone, and I know that when we get to a certain price, we did this before, it's going to happen again. Keep it simple.
You trade breakouts, retests?
I trade retests. So with breakouts, it's really tricky. It depends what you're trading. There are pairs where trading breakouts works out, and then some pairs it's always a false breakout.
So if you were to not now explaining it, because we have definitely saw that she doesn't want to explain her strategy.
I want to do a free course, but I'm still thinking
about it.
About it, yes.
Okay, so what would you say is your strategy, the name of it? Maybe we will have an idea. It's okay. Just an idea. The name of it. You know more explaining it?
It's Michelle's strategy.
Win. I win it, guys. I win it, guys. All right. No. So just to continue in that. So you said you don't want to tell us your targets also, right?
I mentioned one for one account. So I think that.
And then when it comes to your risk, do you have a risk or you just go full margin?
This is why I have 3 accounts. So one, like I said, the other one is for full margin. That's where I just decide to risk, And then I have an account where, let's say I took gold trades. I probably took 2 trades on this account. And then on this one, I took 5 or maybe 6 because it's my risk account. This is the account where I say if I die, I die. you know. So this is why I have 3 to manage my risk. Because I mean, you want to keep it fun and exciting. So if you're gonna be swinging, you might find it boring because you're gonna still have that FOMO that I open Instagram, Taryn the goat posted, she was on that big buy and I couldn't hop onto that buy because I'm looking long term, So at least if you have another account, you can now hop onto these moves and maybe have an account strictly for news, like fundamental events. Yeah.
Do you trade fundamentals?
Yes, I do.
Why do you trade fundamentals? Don't you think fundamentals is gambling? Trading fundamentals is gambling.
Do you think it's gambling?
Definitely. Personally, I think trading fundamentals is gambling because you are definitely like predicting that this economy or this country's economy is doing this way, because the fundamentals that will be coming out at that day is how that specific economic outlook is looking. So you definitely don't know how it's looking. You are just predicting. So that's why I'm saying it's gambling, because when it comes to technical analysis, it's even much better because you have previous data to look up to.
But remember that fundamentals and technicals go hand in hand. There are times where you can predict technically, because I'm strictly a technical trader.
Okay, when it comes to that, you know what I usually say? I usually say fundamentals bring volatility. They don't change the direction.
Yes, they don't change the direction. But remember, let's say there's a price we didn't retest. For those spikes to happen, you definitely know that we're going to retest there first and then shoot up.
Yes, it hasn't changed the direction.
Yes, it doesn't change the direction. So you need to know when you're a good analyst, like when you're a good technical analyst, yes, you'd know that the market is going to have to go back and retest. So you check what's been happening. And you're like, oh, chances of a spike are 80%, but we're still in an upward move. So sometimes if I see that something like that might happen, I'd stay away.
Okay.
I'd stay away. But I love trading fundamentals, man. It makes it fun. So I always tell my students that let's say we're going to trade fundamentals if we have NFP or CPI to at least move half of their profits. So, NFP is normally on a Friday.
Yes.
So whatever profits they made, whatever profits they made during the week, they should just move them to their wallet and leave an amount they're willing to risk. So that you know that if you lost your 1K, you still have 7K on your wallet. So that's how I tackle it. So that I don't go, ish, and I'm just grumpy.
So you're just reminding me of something I spoke about on Instagram today when they were asking me about direction. They usually do that. Personally, I no more trade news at all. I know it's so much tempting, but I no more trade news after I saw flames. So so I was explaining to them on how I used to trade news before. Because I don't want to lie, I was a ghost in trading news until that one day. And then I was just like, I'm done. So in that being said, I was explaining that when it comes to fundamentals, they don't change the direction. They just bring volatility in the market. So how or what happens if it spikes twice? It's usually because there is an order block or an imbalance that is not filled below before we have to buy, for example. So it will definitely spike on the order block, which people that bought early and don't have enough money, they will blow from there and then it will start going to the right direction. So I usually say that consider that. Is there any imbalance or order block that hasn't been tested? And then if the order blocks are tested and the imbalance are filled, there are high chances of price just choosing one direction.
Yes, like I was saying earlier, if we haven't tested a price, then we're definitely going to go and test it, because we move and test price, because, we move in price.
Definitely. So what advice could you give people that are trading small accounts, since you are the mother of small accounts?
I actually fought with someone with that.
I know. That's why I'm saying that.
Somebody sent...
Why were you all fighting? Well, imagine she posted that, guys, I call myself mother of small accounts. And another person is now calling themselves mother of small accounts. Yo, the drama in ladies. Yo, why?
I feel like people choose to fight wrong stuff. The only thing that we should be fighting is MetaTrader 5. Marketing. I wouldn't say I'm beefing with anyone. I really don't have time for that.
You beef without knowing that you beefing.
Exactly. And Shem, I'm not on about that. So there's somebody who followed me. And they were going through my profile. So when somebody likes a very old picture, you want to know, who's this person? Why are you liking a picture from last December? I checked. I'm like, oh, this person is a trader, right? Though I didn't see any mother. I always read people's bios, right? And then Jiki, there's a student of mine actually. She follows me, sent me something. She's like, hey, and my friend as well, you know. And my friends are like, I think 3 people. They're like, hey, this person is now mother of small accounts. I'm like, how? When I check, the person unfollowed me. And I'm like, really, really odd. So then I was like, okay, I want to catch Cinderella. So I wrote there, I then went on my status and I said, how is it that you've been trading all along? And now that this year I call myself mother of small accounts, you are too.
also.
They came in with a fake account. I was like, you know what? Really, like, let's not do this. I was like, baby girl, please go trade. Baby girl, baby boy, whoever you are, go and trade. It's okay. There's a lot of mother of small accounts. If you go on Instagram and type mother, there's a lot. There's a lot of NASDAQ people. There's a lot of trade with, because now they were like, my name also, I stole someone's name. I'm like, if you go on Instagram and just type on the search bar, trade with, you see Owami, Offense, Kabelo, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
If you type
definitely.
NASDAQ, there's NASDAQ, what, NASDAQ, green, black, there's a lot. The goat, there's a lot of goats. So,
I feel like the other reason that makes a lot of females not succeed in this, it's simply because they invest emotions too much.
true. I mean,
Even where they're not needed.
how,
Like
how,
when
how,
it
how
comes
are
to
we
work,
fighting over a username and why?
that
Why are
your
we not?
mother didn't even give you.
Why can't we just fight about, girl, you took the entry too soon, or how much did you close? I closed this much, you know? Let's talk about that. Let's
No.
rather fight the market together, do lunches, do something, than being out here beefing over a username. Like,
Yes.
really? And I'm like, you're fetching me with an account that's written NASDAQ, what? I'm like, should I say you copied all these NASDAQ people? There's a lot of
At least you
NASDAQs.
even entertain that.
No, I just said no. She mentioned the name, and I was just there to clarify that no, I'm not talking about that particular person. You know, I don't know. I don't follow that person. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm not talking about that person. I'm like, I'm talking about someone. Unless that lady sent you, and just like that, she dropped something and I just delete it. You know, I'm not here. No, I don't
Yeah,
entertain such.
girls with emotions, guys.
It
Yeah.
would be really
So-
lovely to see female traders working as a collective.
Definitely.
To change. I mean, imagine how are the boys supposed to take us seriously if we're fighting over
If we are
usernames?
fighting alone, imagine. There's like, boys are so united. Actually, men, sorry guys, sorry. Oh.
Men.
Men. Men are so united compared to females. They're even able to attend
And
each
also
other's
in the
seminars.
industry.
Yeah, I'm speaking about in the industry. They attend other seminars, they support each other, and all of those stuff. But let's come to women.
When one buys a car, they all there. They all posting.
Definitely.
Women.
No, it'll never be like
It
that.
will never be like that.
So what will you advise traders that are trading a small account?
To set a realistic target. Set a realistic target. Always risk at least 10% of your account. Never risk 50%, because that's now being on the full margin side. You know, you don't want to tatazal when you trade. We want to trade and we're able to breathe, because we all know that as soon as you execute, you won't be in profits immediately, right? So you need to at least have a realistic target. Let's say you have a 200 rands account, you can't be targeting 1,000 a day. It's irrational, you know? So at least maybe target 100 rands or 50 rands a day, you know? And only once your account is healthy, you can now grow your target to a different number. But always just risk 10% of your account. Doing that saves lives. That's my advice to everybody that's trading a small account.
Okay, beside that, let me just add on what she spoke about. As she said, sets realistic goals, and also you can't. Okay, you can, but it'll take you a longer time to like grow that account if you are swinging a small account. On my side, I usually advise you to scalp a small account in order to be able to grow your funds quicker. Obviously, it's not a get rich quick scheme, but in order to grow your funds quicker, you are most likely to scalp rather than
to set a
swinging
target
it.
and scalp, because swinging is going to take a while.
Definitely.
Hence I'm saying have a realistic daily target.
Definitely. And also, you can't be funding 300 Rand or 100 Rand and then want to trade US 30.
No, that's...
Be realistic.
Oh my goodness, there's somebody dropped me a DM asking me, can I trade NFP with 150? I'm like, my guy, no.
So yeah, just make sure that you trade pairs that allow your account size, I can say. So we don't have much females in the industry. That for sure we can say, we all know it. Why do you think is the reason, and how can we fix that?
I feel like we do have female traders, but remember that it's a male dominated industry, and some men think that we don't know how to trade. Just the other day, I posted my trades, and somebody dropped me a DM saying, "What robot are you using?" I'm like, "I'm not using a robot." They're like, "How do you predict the market?" I'm like, "I analyze."
Technical analysis.
You know? So I feel like men don't think we know how to trade. And that thing can kill women's spirit. Like you said earlier on, we invest a lot of emotions. So if, let's say, I posted my 5K profits, a gent can just come and be like, "Ay, when I close that thing, it's about," and I'll listen to him. And because it's someone big, sometimes it's coming out of jealousy. You know, sometimes it's coming out of jealousy that I caught the trade and you didn't catch the trade, you know? So we just need to empower each other. I feel like if we were to work together, we could do a lot of things in the industry.
And even much better than
Much
men,
better.
to be honest.
Because, I mean, guys and girls are different. We, with your profits, like, we don't really entertain this whole clubbing and, you know, we would rather invest in maybe having like a charity or, you know, girly
Something
stuff.
that generates
exactly,
more.
you know. So it would be lovely if like we could have like a girls boot camp or like all these female traders, we all go on a trip every single year to get to learn about each other,
Empower each
learn our
other.
what's this? Strategies, maybe share strategies.
How? While you don't want to share yours?
No, I can share strategies with my fellow ladies who are trading. Yes. I'm going to have a free YouTube channel. If I tell you my strategy now, who's going to subscribe to my YouTube channel?
Okay, guys.
You know? So it would be lovely if we would have something like that with all females, because we need to learn to love each other.
It
Right?
starts there.
We need to learn to love each other. You'll never, men will beef now. Next week they're friends. You know?
Definitely.
But with us female, we could be fighting over, this one bought the same car as me, I don't like her. Why don't you just get to know the person? Let's grow together. You know, I would really love to see, at least in the next 5 years, having like a women's empowerment seminar, and it's just female mentors, you know, maybe 12 or 10 female mentors, and the room is filled with women. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful.
Definitely.
I'd really love to see that.
Okay, as y'all have heard, Mother Small account has spoke. So yeah, she has spoke. As I said, guys, I'm also fighting by all means, or striving to bring more females. And even those who can't trade, I'm still about to like do something for them in order for them also to be in this. It's not only about just being in the industry, because I know a lot of people now are enjoying to just call themselves traders while they're not really doing the thing. It's not about that. It's about making money, not about being called a trader. A trader is just a title that anyone can give themselves. So we have came to the end of our podcast. I really enjoyed being here with you.
Me too, me
Hoping to see you even more.
Definitely.
Guys, kindly beg her on my behalf to avail herself. She's always not available. She's always not available. So thank you for watching. If you really enjoyed the podcast, just make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also drop a comment on what you think can be done also to add more females, or what did you like about this podcast. And also, I usually say that I take constructive criticism, not criticism that you'll sometimes give. Nonetheless, this is Arent the Goat, the only female goat in the industry, at peace out.